the dumbest ending.
Oh my god!
I think that was in the director's cut, actually.
Yeah,
perfect ending to the Perfect Blue movie.
The perfect ending to the Perfect Blue.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Big question: why is it called Perfect Blue?
It's a good question. I don't know. Even the poster, the main theatrical poster, is not a scene in the movie. It's not reflective of anything that's in the movie.
I feel like it might be a translation thing.
I don't even think that the color blue appeared in the movie.
I am sure it's been like well vetted. I don't think it's like something that's like innocuous. But
put it in the comments.
I really don't.
Put it in the comments. Do you like my Brennan-isms?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get them.
I think I said get in the comments earlier too. I'm so dropout. Yeah. No.
We got to get Jarvis onto the dropout.
Yeah.
Thing.
The train.
Yeah. You would love Brendan Lee Mulligan. Brendan Lee Mulligan would love. Actually, he probably does love Perfect Blue. I don't think I should assume he hasn't watched it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the movie. Like that's great job, Michael.
Thank you.
You did much better than I did.
Identity
Star
Crisis.
Wars, and people are going to be a lot less mad at you.
And stand culture. That's the movie. Is Identity Crisis and stand culture, and the pressures of trying to appease everybody despite what you want for yourself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good themes in the. I mean that you can learn from. I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dealing with your own identity and like how you view yourself. How you see that through the lens of how other people see you,
how other people see you affect you.
Yeah, how other people's ideas of you can pressure you to be a certain way.
Yeah,
and it's truly just about accepting yourself and even your mistakes. Like, and maybe she didn't. I don't know. I mean, I guess she did kind of view some of the things that she did, that she compromised on, as mistakes, because clearly she felt guilty about it. That maybe she didn't want to, but her desire to stand out above the crowd was stronger than, her desire to just stay mediocre, I guess. But she's already a pop idol, but like dealing with paparazzi, dealing with people who want to view you in the way that they want you to be, there's a lot to be said about that. Because we all known a lot of people pleasers, and it's difficult for them to. They care very much about how people view them. And for her to be at the end of it, who's gone through so much trauma, to finally be able to say, you know what, I made the decisions I made.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is my life. This is the life that I've chosen, and I'm going to live with those decisions. It's good, I think. I
used to do a really cringe thing where I would talk about I don't do it anymore. I'm going to do it right now just because I think it fits the point. But I used to do a really cringe thing where I would talk about the difference between what makes a movie and what makes a movie a film. Yeah. In my eyes,
I've heard people talk about this before.
Yeah, and I think it's cringe because it's all a matter of perspective at this point. So that's why I don't do it anymore. But this is what I would have considered a film back then, and basically my metric for that, you and I have talked about this before, is that you can allow yourself to like escape for a couple of hours and enjoy not being a person by watching a movie. But what I considered a film was something that supersedes that and allows you to grow as a person. And this is one of those movies, in my opinion. It's a movie that you look at it, and it's not something that you watch because it's like comforting and lets you escape, but something that lets you look at yourself and be like, damn, there is something wrong with life.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing that I am so taken by with this movie all the time is like, so right now, something that's going on in pop culture that some of your listeners may or may not know about is there's this really famous singer, Chappell Rowan, who like has been getting like stalked, basically. I mean, like stalked by her fans who want to say hi to her, who really love her, and then like she gets really upset. I mean, she's been really upset on social media about like, here's what I like. Here are my boundaries. I'm letting you know, here are my boundaries. And then people are getting upset at her. And like, it's so funny that we're talking about all of this, and then that shoots to my brain. Where
Yeah,
I'm like,
this is a great connection.
That's what this movie is about,
Yeah.
right? It is so much a movie about the identity, the self, and the relationship that has to being famous. That nowadays, and what Satoshi Kon saw, I mean, it was true back then, but there was more of a separation. Now, in today's version of fame, your fame is your person. You're selling everybody on your personality. Like, social media, you have constant contact with the people that you know to be famous. And so selling yourself is selling a piece of yourself that is preserved in amber. And that is the thing that everybody loves. And very few people are willing to change with you as you change, right? We can think about like Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears. It is like over and over and over again. This has been happening.
It continues to cycle.
It continues. And like the other crazy thing about the industry that I think this movie is really indicting is precisely the things that you are told, especially women are told, are going to like allow them to level up, that are going to allow them to take their career to the next level, that are going to allow them to be seen and taken more seriously, are precisely the things that we degrade women for on a daily basis as a culture. Yeah,
Legally
exactly.
Blonde.
And so like it is such a layered movie about how, not only how that affects the self, but like what part of yourself do you have to pack away?
Yeah.
Or, I think Mima...
What do you present to the public as well versus what
Exactly.
you keep private?
And Mima does a really great job, like, I think at the beginning of this movie, like, separating her personality from... I mean, she seems to be really well-adjusted to what fame is... I mean, she seems well-adjusted going into, like, what will be her explosion of fame that she's going to have. And then, like, she can't escape... She can't do anything right, If she stays in these one-line roles, then she left Cham for nothing, right? But if she doesn't like expose herself and do something that allows people to take her more seriously, like if she does this thing, then suddenly everybody's losing their minds at her. And it's not just the people on the blog that are being rude to her. I mean, like, you hear people talking about her on the street and saying terrible, terrible things about her.
Yep.
Normal people.
Yep.
Like,
Casually.
incredibly normal people with normal opinions.
They're casually doing it.
Yeah, who have no fame, by the way.
Yeah.
Who've never been a pop idol, so...
And
Yeah.
so it's this...
You know something, Jarvis?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying it's just so... It's yeah, we... It's so easy to judge people that we don't know that we have a parallel relationship with because we see them in movies.
Yeah.
Or on TV. But it's just one of those things. It's like the person... You criticize the millionaire how they spend money, but you don't know their life or you don't really know their circumstances. Also, you're broke. So, I mean, it's like, it's funny to, that was what I was saying. It was like, these guys don't have any
they have
fame,
no
they
idea.
don't understand. But
I mean,
it's so easy to throw criticisms.
But I think it's also important that Mima starts from like a place of low power.
Already like sort of
That she does not have
popular.
because she was born a woman?
The-
Wow. Okay.
The place that she starts from is like she's at a low place of fame and she has power in the scenario, but she is not she's not a millionaire. She's not overwhelmingly famous. And fame in this scenario is not like currency to be traded, right? It's like it is this a kind of hellish, ephemeral substance that like she continues to get, but she is not reaching for fame. When she decides to become an actress, she doesn't say that she like it wants it because she wants to be bigger. She wants to be an actress. That's what she wants to do. And then when she takes the bigger role, she doesn't do it because she wants more exposure. She wants to do it because she wants to have higher profile, like bigger parts.
Yeah, she wants to be an
so she
actress.
can really be an actress.
Well, she did, in fact, get more exposure.
It's true. And like, I think it's so...
Put your hand out.
Oh, yeah. I think this is such an important distinction, right? That it is not her trying to exert her power on the world. She is trying to seize an identity for herself through this avenue of like culture, right? Through media, through being an actress. And I think this happens so often that like people start from this place of like having these big dreams and want to seize these dreams for themselves. And oh my God, when we look at that from a bird's eye view, what a beautiful dream it is to be able to come from something, from any place, and then arrive on the scene and like create these big things for yourself and express yourself in such, on like a world stage. It is, to Mima, an avenue for freedom. But the problem with the industry and the problem with the culture is that what should be a freeway is a toll road, right? Like you don't travel that road for free. You might think you do, or it might look like you do. That might be how it's being sold to you. But they want to that road has been bought up and sold for scraps.
Yeah, the cost of freedom is very expensive.
Yeah,
the cost for freedom is expensive,
and it's been bought up by fans, by corporations, by like big movie studios, by executives. These people want you to get on that road because then they can get you to do whatever they want to do. There is just this is not an avenue for escape anymore.
Yeah. Sounds like you just described the housing market where all the rich people are buying up all the houses and they want you in there so they can get more money off of you.
This is, it's just...
It's the world. It's literally just the world.
And I don't know. I think this is such a powerful movie that has a lot to say about the industry and the culture and is an indictment, but it's also like a really sorrowful thing. I don't know.
It's very sad. This movie is very sad, but also happy, but also sad.
It's very, very well said, Hunter.
Thank you. I'm sorry if I went off too long.
Preach.
It's okay. It's okay. This live podcasting, this is what happens.
I do want to point out before we end it, to your point, they do show her power and authority at the beginning of the movie when the fight breaks out at the concert and she gets everybody to stop.
Yeah.
Like she has power
influence,
and
absolutely
authority
she has influence
at the beginning.
Yeah, but I think this is also like a testament to her character that she like uses
That's where
whatever
she started.
influence she has to kind of cull peace amongst the crowd, right? And she seems to have a very positive influence on these people outside of this thing that they have decided for themselves that they are then creating this like ruckus around. That has really nothing to do with her, but does have everything to do with the way that people have co-opted her identity for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
I agree.
I concur.
Rate it. Break it, fix it, use it.
I don't know that I would say own it for me, but it's definitely what I will say. Oh man, it was such a hard watch. It's hard for me to say that I would go back and rewatch it for some of the tough scenes. They were tough for me. But I will say that it is an extremely well written and animated movie. So I would say that you should watch it, but it's also rewatchable if you can handle it. I don't know that I personally will, but it's rewatchable. I don't know that I would say go and buy it and put it on your shelf unless, you want to have Satoshi Kon's works and stuff like that in your library. I don't know. It's for me personally, I don't think I would buy it or own it, but I would at the very least say watch it, and I do think it is rewatchable. So I know that's kind of a broad...
somewhere in between.
Spectrum. It's half the spectrum there that we...
In the middle.
Right, yeah, so... But it's very good, very, very crazy story. I mean, it has all the things you want in a good movie. Just some heavy themes. But good stuff. Good stuff. There's good stuff in there.
Own it.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah. 2 words.
Sick. I think it's an own it for me. I think this is like in my opinion, one of the great works.
Yeah.
It is
like top 10% of movies, if
It's-
not higher.
truly.
And I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, you just don't know if you'd want to
If you
have
would
it
wanna
on,
own it.
on rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be like staring at you from the shelf.
Where it's like, oh, what do I want to watch today? Game night?
Ew, not that.
Perfect Blue.
Definitely putting game night
Yeah.
first, for sure. For sure.
But I really think this is one of the great works in animation, in film, and like a really key text for the era that comes immediately after it. Like
Yeah,
I think
sure.
it is so definitive
Just crazy.
to the
Yeah.
world that becomes, or that kind of comes to fruition right after. He saw it, and it's crazy watching. We mentioned Paranoia Agent earlier. Like that kind of thing is all over Paranoia Agent too. It's nuts how accurate he was able to see these things. And what I know of Satoshi Kon is he was an incredibly humble man. He was always talked about how like he didn't feel like he was a prophet. All of it was unintentional. He was just creating these little worlds.
Yeah, like it just made sense, and so he did it.
Like the worlds that he was creating, this was the thing. These were the things that were true in them. But like, I think I wrote this on Letterboxd when I reviewed it one of the times I've watched it, but I don't. If you are that accurate, I don't think you're allowed to be humble about that. Like it's
Yeah, you get to walk into a room and go, yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
I know. Yeah, I guess I'm a prophet. Like it's so accurate to things that I just don't think he could have foreseen. This movie is social media. It's like
it's timeless.
It's literally all you weirdos in the comments being mean to these two about their movie opinions. Like,
yeah.
what do you want
Stop
to
it.
do?
You know what? You know what?
You're hurting our feelings.
To end it off, put your address in the comments.
Put your put your personal information in the comments.
What's your first and last legal name?
Producer saying no. Never
No,
mind.
we
Retract
really-
it, Michael.
No, we really
No.
do. We do.
No, retract it.
No, we really do want you to interact with our videos. We love jumping on and having conversations with you. We love to hear your perspectives, even if they're long-winded and they're time-stamped. We may not read all of them, but we're glad that you're interacting with our videos.
I do agree with that.
Yeah,
if you're
and we
being a
want you-
weirdo about a movie you love, at least it's about a movie you
I
love.
just saw myself on the monitor. I look so stressed out. These people.
Hunter just got flashbacks from Perfect Blue that was like, actually, maybe don't say all
Just
that.
being on social media, like
Yeah.
being on Twitch, everything.
Yeah.
Like it's so. Anyway,
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's soul-sucking.
Get us out of here, Jarvis.
Speaking of soul-sucking, this is Full-Time Movie Fans, and this was our Perfect Blue review. We're glad that you are joining us and have joined us. We hope your day is everything you dreamed it'd be and more, and we'll catch you on the next one.
I didn't know. It's closing time. Am I allowed? Are you guys gonna get a DMCA'd for that? Probably. Da, da, da. Cool. I guess everybody's virtually left the studio. Cham rocks. Cham rocks.
Sup? You know, you'd look cooler if you'd subscribed.
Your dad wouldn't be so disappointed in you if you subscribed.
Your friends would do it. Aren't you like them? Don't you want to be like your friends? Your friends would do it. Nah, you're too much of a wimp anyway.
Yeah,
You could watch a couple other videos though, if you were cool.
Yeah, you won't though. Should.